Okay. Sorry about that. The clap scared him a bit. So, where we last left off, I was talking about Hot Toys, which was either going to be a really uncomfortable store or a really cool one. And as it turns out, it was a really cool one. There was, I think, like, right when I walked in, there were like two giant Stitches. I think one was dressed up like Mickey. I don't remember what the other one was dressed up as. There was a monochrome Snoopy. I remember being really cool. But a bunch of movie figures. Like, here's all these different Marvel ones. Here's like a one shelf that's just full of alien characters. Like, here's Ripley and the Megaloader, and then all these different aliens. There was a Predator shelf, and like there was a Shogun Predator. I think it was holding the head of a Xenomorph. Super cool. The best part was this one shelf with like these really cool movie characters. Like, here's Arnold as a Terminator. Here's like a completely chromed out Terminator. I think the T-1000. There's RoboCop. There's what's his name? Indy. There's Indiana Jones. There's Bruce Willis. It wasn't John McClane. I'm not sure what movie it was from. It's like, there's Bruce Willis. There's this guy that kind of looks like The Rock. Here's Captain Jack Sparrow. And the centerpiece of this wall, of this shelf of iconic movie characters, is none other than bad era Michael Jackson. And the fact that, I kind of wish I got to this in the last video, but the fact that this was not that long and not that far from the burger place that was only playing MJ music was just the freaking cherry on top. What else did we do here? So also, this is the cafe reissue, which is where they do like the foam latte art. And I was able to get one of Susan and Willard, and that made me super happy. Spoiler alert, that's going to be the Art Shirt Saturday for this week. I have to. We also went to a shrine. I believe this was the Meiji Jingu Shrine. There was a whole, like, it was in the woods, and that was really cool to look at. Also got some Avalon ideas from that. There was like a whole purification ritual that was super neat. Just really enjoyed it. But I had mentioned in the last part that there was one night where I did karaoke. It was really fun. But I didn't exactly know like how late it was or how late the train stopped. So I was able to get to Shinagawa, but we were in Ota. So I wasn't able to finish my train ride, and I was having a lot of trouble with a taxi. I was like, well, I have feet. How long is the walk? 2 hours. It was like 9 kilometers, like 10 kilometers. So I did it. Like, I got back at like 3 a.m. and it was ass, and I was exhausted, and I spent a lot of the next day just pooped. But I did it. Like, I made it home safe, and I got to do a thing. And I won't lie, like, the first half of that walk, just kind of walking by myself down like the street, like kind of like some of the back streets of Tokyo, was honestly really nice and really relaxing. And then the second half was like, okay, I'm starting to get annoyed and frustrated. But, you know, it is what it is. I have a couple haikus, one for the walk back and one for just Shibuya and Harajuku together. It's falling raindrops cleanse, home is just around the bend, long night without friends. Although, you know, most of that night I was with people. And then the other one is busy feet cross street, bad criminal needs to eat, gifting friends indeed. And Ikebukuro, we went to Sunshine 60. I also saw there was like a convenience store decorated with do-da-da-da stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, Ikebukuro, that makes a lot of sense and super neat. We went to the Pokemon Cafe and the Pokemon Center there. It was the same day as that tragedy. You know, if you know, you know. I think when I found out about it was the next day, and I think it happened maybe 45 minutes after we left. But it's just a really shitty thing to happen. I'm glad I wasn't there, but I'm so sorry that happened, and for all the people that like had to see that, you know. But, like, we did go to the Pokemon Center. We did have a good time. The Pokemon Cafe was neat. I really liked the trash can because it was just a Garbodor. I thought that was super neat. And, like, I checked out the Animate store, and I will be honest with what I was there for, which was, like, look, I just kind of want to get, like, figures Wasn't the store for me. But it is a really cool store, like a whole lot of neat stuff. I did get a blind box there, and I got a Homura print, and I didn't write a haiku, I forgot. These next couple, like this in Yokohama, I forgot. So Yokohama, we did this our last night. We did like a gondola ride down the skyline. I saw the Ferris wheel, but it was too late to ride it. Like I saw the red brick warehouse, but it was too late to go in. But it was cool to look at. We walked around the mall for a bit. I got a pack of cards there. Let's see what else. Oh, just the only thing is, like, the Ferris wheel was super cool, even if I didn't get to ride it. And I kept thinking it was the Ferris wheel from the Inuyasha ending, but I looked into it a bit more, and apparently that was a Ferris wheel from Odaiba that apparently, like, was discontinued some time ago. So unfortunately, like, I wasn't able to see that in Odaiba. Clearly it's been discontinued. And also I was like, ooh, I get to finally see this thing from that thing I know. No, I didn't. But speaking of Odaiba and seeing that thing from that thing I know, I got to see the unicorn. I got to see the Gundam unicorn. And as I said last year when I was watching Gundam, and there's still a lot of Gundam I still need to watch, Unicorn was my favorite series. I think Banagher is probably my favorite character, and the unicorn is my favorite Gundam design, because the big stupid horn, I love it. I adore this thing. So being able to see, like, a live Gundam is really cool, even if it's weighed down by Earth's gravity. I had to sneak that in. But the fact that it's literally my favorite mech from my favorite series, absolutely perfect. Cherry on top. There was also this cute little strawberry house next to it, and I thought it was adorable. This is where I had the Kobe beef yakisoba in the mall, and that was the best yakisoba I had on the trip. I don't remember, because there was a third place I had yakisoba. Oh, I remember now, because I had the yakisoba pond from a convenience store, and I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted to try it, and I'm like, this isn't doing it for me. I think it's just like the cold yakisoba and the ginger isn't working. But here, where I was like the skillet and the yakisoba is still steaming, and I'm mixing in the ginger and the beef, that was divine. It was so good. There was also a lot of tulips, like this giant flower garden right by the Gundam. And so, like, I tried to get some pictures of, like, the unicorn and a sakura tree and some tulips, and then just taking all different pictures of these different color tulips. I loved it. I saw the Statue of Liberty, which is a weird thing to say going to Tokyo, but I did it. It was cool, and I loved it. The Otaiba haiku. Sunshine in your smile, red-stained earth beneath pierced sky, split horn keeps vigil. I love the sunshine in your smile, because I did some research into this. That's like the flower language for yellow tulips, and there was like a whole chunk of yellow tulips. Like, that was just really neat. And then Shinjuku. So I went to Ramen Jiro. This is not the mothership branch, the original branch. I tried to go, well, pin in that, but I was able to go to this branch of Jiro, and I loved it. I thought it was great. It was like the super pork bowl. And then I went to Menta Nishikawa. Nishikawa actually did a previous night before Jiro. And this was like a super beef bowl, and it was also really, really good. And I think on my penultimate day, because I went to Yokohama that night, but that day I went to Goyen Park and the greenhouse. Loved it. I took like 600 pictures, and that is not hyperbole. That's actually downplaying it a little bit. Like, I loved it. There's so many sakura trees, just so many, like, overlooking the water, like, by a bridge, and the greenhouse was incredible. A lot of Avalon inspiration everywhere here. I'm like, dude, I can't wait to ride Orichalcum with all this shit. Here, and then the haiku for this one was, petals fly in wind, reflecting upon clear pond, lush green and cherry. We went to Minato City on our last day. We tried to go to Ramen Jiro, the original, but we just couldn't get in. It was a super long line. I was like, I don't really have the time for this. So we skipped it. And we went to Team Lab so we could try to see all the cool art, but that was sold out and we couldn't get in. And like, that's not the first time this has happened, and that's really disappointing. But I saw Tokyo Tower. Like, we didn't go in, we didn't try to go in, it was just cool to see it and like walk past it. And then in Asakusa, This, dude, I was so mad. So the Sky Tree had a Madoka Maguka theme going on, like a collaboration event, and I heard about it. I was super excited. I was raring to go. Could not get a ticket. And I tried to go in, like, no, we're sold out. And I was so mad. And we saw the Kirby Cafe, and I really wanted to try that, but that was also like no, it's sold out. And so if there's one thing about Japan, my biggest piece of advice, if you want to go, especially at least to Tokyo, know what you want to do and book your tickets in advance as soon as you can, man, because you might not get a chance to. But we did check the Pokemon Center there as well. There's a big, like, Mega Rayquaza, like a shiny Mega Ray statue, and like I took some selfies with it that was super neat. I didn't buy it, but I found a giant Snom plush. I was this close. Essentially what happened is, like, I really, 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 really want to get it. This is one of my favorite Pokemon. It's so cute. But I want to save my money because I might be able to do the Madoka Maguka thing. And then when I realized I couldn't, I was like, well, now I'm just so disappointed. I don't even want to get Snom. So there was that. But on one of our last nights, we did Yakuniku with Billy, Brianna, and then Sam and Liz, who were some of their friends. I really liked them too. And we did Yakuniku, had a good time. I won't lie, your boy got blasted. Like, look, I usually have one night a year where I drink, and that's New Year's, and I didn't really do that this year in New Year's, so I've now had my one night just significantly delayed, and it was fun. And there was one day where Clay and I went to an onsen. It wasn't an outdoor onsen. It was one with a view of Mount Fuji, but had a lot of fun. There are a lot of different baths. Like, here's the bubble bath. Here's the one where you lay down. This one's not even a bath, but it's a nice spot to lay down. This one's also not a bath, but it's like a cool open air room. And then here's the one that's like the natural spring, which was the really hot one. And it was super cool. It was super fun. I have never seen so many naked men in my life before. But, like, look, one in Rome, one in Tokyo, man. Like, they don't care about me minding... Like, they're not minding my business, so I'm not minding theirs. Y'all do y'all, I'ma do me. And then after that, like, I had some strawberry milk. I had 2 of them. I had another one later. It was really good. There was a sauna room. Like, Clay and I went into, it was like 133 degrees in there, but it was really cool. There was another room. It was like a lounge with all of these different rocks you could lie on. It's like, okay, here's like the volcanic rock. Here's the, like, just salt rock. And I just sampled them all. And I was like, this is nice. It was just really cool, and I really liked it. And so this was the final haiku. It's heated stones line floors, salt and water drip from pores, relaxing at last. And some other neat things. Number 1, I made a list of just anime songs that I heard throughout my trip. Excuse me. I think this was in one of the Jump stores. I heard the Gintama ending, the "Hey, hey, samurai heart," and like that one got me really hyped because I love that. I heard Breakdown, like the JoJo ending in JoJo opening in like a figure store somewhere. I heard Tank in a figure store, and I saw like another guy who was just like jamming to it too. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's the Cowboy Bebop opening, you gotta have to. I think I heard the new Free Run opening like twice. I think it's the 3rd Bleach ending, which is like my favorite one, and I heard that somewhere, and I heard like the 3rd My Hero opening somewhere too. There might have been others that I forgot or I just didn't clock, but those are the ones I recognized. Just some kind of other odds and ends to bring up. There was these like guys on a train where they had these like, there was like a Sanrio collab where there were these original characters, and there was one just named Mr. Cool, and I like Mr. Cool. He's a cool guy. I got to drink a lot of Fanta Grape. Fanta Grape is a drink that I grew up on, and I didn't realize how much I missed it because I don't see it in the States very often, and dude, it was so good. And there were so many machines that didn't have it, but anytime they did, like, that's my guy. I tried another drink called Nope, and like I was seeing it everywhere, and I saw this ad. It was like a dude in prison was like sitting across from another guy who was drinking it and like being really envious of this dude. Like it was just a wild ad. I was like, I gotta try this, and it was honestly pretty good. I think Clay, because we shared it, like we both just like poured it in some glasses. He's like, nah, like nope, I don't like it. Like I don't know, I kind of like it. It's no Fanta Grape, but it's not bad. I gotta shout out Family Mart Chicken, man. It got me through a lot of that trip. Because, like, we didn't do as many meals as I thought, or as I kind of would have liked, just the way things worked out. But Family Mart Chicken was, like, just pretty consistent. So, all that being said, it's time for me to start showing off merch. And I've been wearing one. It's this shirt. I think I was wearing it backwards earlier. Now I'm wearing it frontwards. This is a shirt I got in Harajuku. Now let me go ahead and show off like the bigger figures that I got in some of these stores. Let me introduce you to some new friends. Some of them you might recognize, like my boy Kaka Carrot Cake. It came with this, so like it was secondhand used, but he was also like 1900 yen. And I think it looks cool. I really like the making the Kamehameha pose. And the fact was like, okay, maybe got a busted foot. That's not too bad. I can deal with that. I can live with that. I like this Goku. I got this Sonico. She was, I think, 980 yen. I'm like, that's cheap, because I saw her in some other stores for a lot more than that. And so, like, I'm glad I shopped around. But it gets a good price. It's a good fig. It's cute. I like it. Then there's this. I saw this in a lot of different stores, and this was not the best price I saw it at, because I saw it in another store for a little bit cheaper, but I was consistently seeing it for about like 5,000, like 5,600 yen, and so getting it for like 33 is not, almost 34 is not bad. Anytime I saw it, I kept referring to it as Blastin' Freerun, because she's blasting with magic. It's like, I thought it was super neat, so I'm glad I got Blastin' Freerun. Okay, let me get up and get some others. Let me get the Gacha capsules. So, I actually haven't opened any of these, but I know who's in them. So this one, oh no, this actually might be really difficult to open. I might just have to send pictures later. But this one is a Madoka one, and it was of all the magical girls, like, trapped in cake. And this one, I don't know how well you can see, because I think they all have a pink base, but you can kind of see some pink hair here at the top, so I know that this one's Madoka. This is Miku. I think this is, like, the Miku Zaku, and I think it's really fun. Like I said, I have to open these later, which I will do and take a picture of, but I like the Miku Zaku. This was from the Pokemon Center, where I just saw this machine of, like, a curled-up Sandshrew. I'm like, oh, that's cute. Maybe I should play this. And I looked at some of the other mons. I'm like, okay, like that's cute. That's cute. That's a Spheal. I have to play. I have to see if I can get it. And again, I don't know how well you can tell. Like that looks very spherical. That looks spherical. That looks spherical. Spheal is one of my favorite Pokemon. I never saw like the giant Spheal plush, and I'm like, I'm sad that I didn't, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because there's no way that was gonna fit in a bag. But I'm glad I got something Spheal related. So these are a couple things Clay got for me. This is like a bell from the shrine. Oh, I see Bahamut is reacting to it. But this was a bell from the shrine. This is Mommy and Charlotte, and I think that's really cute and really fun. This is, I don't know if this is hiragana, katakana, or kanji, but this is Japanese text that apparently is of my name, and I got one of those for a friend of mine as well. Okay, so now we move to the next thing. So this is other Madoka stuff. This was the print that I got at Animate of Homura. I haven't put it on the wall yet, but I think it just looks really cool. I like it a lot. And I got these two I think there's supposed to be little plushies of Charlotte and Cube. And these are also ones where like I saw like pretty consistently for like 55,000 yen. So being able to get them together for about half of that is pretty crazy. I'm really glad. Or sorry. I got them each like separately for half of that, together for about the total. Okay. So now let's do those blind openings. Actually, I have to show off the coaster. This was the coaster I got at the Final Fantasy XIV Cafe. I don't know who this guy is, but I don't know, he looks cool, or she, I don't know. But they look pretty neat. Okay, so the blind boxes. The one I'm hoping for here is probably Primarina. Primarina was my starter in Alola. But let's see. I'd also be like really happy with the Vulpix. I like the Pikachu one. Is that Pikachu with... No, sorry, that's Mimikyu. I don't know. Mimikyu might have been happy that I mistook it for Pikachu. Maybe be really upset. Dang, I got the Dragonair. I don't dislike Dragonair. It's neat. It looks pretty good. But I was like, man, there's some here that are absolutely baller. All right, this one's okay. This one's okay. So that's the first blind bag. Let's try the next one. This is the Steel type one. Wonder if you can guess which Pokemon I'm really excited for. There are a lot of good ones here, and there's some where I'm like, even if I don't get the one I want, like, I'll say this, it's not Aggron, but Aggron is a Pokemon I love. I am not going to be upset if it comes with my boy Aggron. But all things being honest, all things being fair, I want Tinkaton. I want something Tinkaton related, because this has also become one of my favorite Pokemon. I love this absolute freaking gremlin. And that doesn't look like a Tinkaton. It's not. It's the Pikachu and Togedemaru. That one's alright. That's probably the one I wanted the least. I'm not gonna lie. We're batting 0 for 2. Let's see what we get in Union Arena, the card game. I saw this like advertised a few, like Bamco is on it, because I think you can only get them at a Bamco store. This is, I think, an Arknight's character. I saw like Madoka advertised in this, so like, alright, maybe this could get me like a cool, like Madoka trading card. Oh, there we go. So I don't know. What is that? I don't know what this is or who this is. I think that's also an Arknight's character. Oh man, maybe I just got all Arknight's cards. I don't know who that is. I think that's Arknight's. This is a Halo, so maybe this is Blue Archive. That's also Arknight's, but I know that character because they look cool. Oh no, I think the pack was just an Arknight's pack! Because there wasn't a pack with Madoka on it. And I was like, oh, okay. Maybe they just use different characters to organize these. Oh no. Okay, so these blind bags were kind of a bust. Not terrible, but kind of a low-key bust. But okay, for the last few things. The plushies. Okay, so we gotta start small. And then we go big. So small would be Mothra that I got at the Godzilla store, and the Victini I got at the Pokemon Center. And his ears were a little messed up, I think, because he was a little smushed. But what was really funny is when I pulled them out of the suitcase, they were locked like this. And so my new profile pic on Twitter is of Victini riding Mothra. And I was able to get it to balance, and I thought it was really cool and really fun. So there's that. I got this. I got this cute little cutie. Hatena, also one of my favorite Pokemon. Hatchram I think is fine. Hatterene I think is really cool. But I adore Hatena because she just looks like a little Kirby enemy. Like, I could see her easily just walking around while, like, Green Greens is playing. And I was so happy to see her. If I had seen Snom, because this was at the Ikebukuro store, and I didn't see Snom there. If I had seen Snom at Ikebukuro and then saw Hatena at... Where was that one? I don't remember, like Shinjuku, wherever that other one was, I probably would have, or Asakusa, I'd probably end up with Snom, and I don't think I would have gotten Hatena, but I would have been absolutely devastated. But the last bit of merch to show off, the last thing I saw it was like the first thing I saw at the Pokemon Center, because I walk in and I see a giant Venonat. And I'm like, this is my boy. This is one of my favorite Pokemon. Take a shot for every time I've said that. I'm like, I can't not get the giant Venonat. Like, bruh. Because I said I really want that Bike Saber. I'm like, there is a chance, like, if Saber is removable, I might have to put this Venonat on that bike and have a new profile picture for you too. But that's it. That's like the stuff I did in Japan. That's my merch hauls and my adventures. I'll see y'all. Take care.